Namaskar. We are studying subject CPS 3 and CPS 4 Curriculum and Pedagogic Studies School Subject English. We have started unit number 1 Aspects of English Language. Here today we will see 1.3 Grammar, Types of Grammar. Okay. In last video we have learned what is grammar and what are the objectives of grammar. Okay. So today we will see types of grammar. Friends, see, these are the topics we have to cover under the grammar. Meaning of grammar and objective of teaching grammar we have covered. Today we will see types of grammar. Then in next video, methods and merits of grammar will be learned. Okay, let's see the types of grammar. Friends, there are 5 types of grammar. First one is that prescriptive grammar. It is also called as theoretical formal grammar. Second one is that descriptive or functional grammar. Third one is that scholarly traditional grammar. Then fourth one is structural grammar, and fifth one is transformational generative grammar. So let us see in detail each type of grammar. The first one is that prescriptive grammar. The prescriptive grammar is also known as or called as formal grammar, theoretical grammar, traditional or classical grammar in different books. So but let's see, focus on the prescriptive. So this grammar lays emphasis on a rule memorization. So while learning the grammar, the memorization of rule is given more importance or given more focus on it. By memorizing the rules, the students learn the grammar. That is the prescriptive grammar. It is taught through deductive method. Here, to teach this type of grammar is the method is used a deductive method. So it is taught with the help of grammar book as a separate subject. So here we do not have the grammar with the course book, but we have a grammar book as a separate subject. So that is the very important thing in this grammar. So here every part of grammar is taught separately. So that is the prescriptive grammar. That the 4 basic things are very important in a prescriptive grammar. That's rules and of grammar. Learning of the rules of grammar is given more importance in a prescriptive grammar. Here we use deductive method to teach. Deductive method in deductive method, first we introduce the rule and then we learn the examples, or we apply that rule in example. So that method is used here. So here in prescriptive grammar we have a separate subject as a grammar, or separate book as a grammar, and using that book we learn the grammar. So every part of grammar is taught through the grammar. So it is called a prescriptive, theoretical or formal grammar. So let us see the second type of grammar. It is descriptive or functional grammar. Here in descriptive it is also called as a informal or functional grammar. It is the same. Let's focus on a descriptive word. It lays emphasis on the correct pattern of sentence without learning the rules by heart. So here the focus is not the learning on the rule, but the focus is on the using the correct pattern of sentence without learning the rules by heart. That is very important thing in descriptive grammar. Here it is taught through inductive method. Here in this type of grammar the inductive method is used. Inductive method is like that. First we introduce the sentences, then we ask the student to observe it and find out the what is the generalization of that rule. So that is, it means that we do not emphasize on rules, we focus on correct pattern of sentence. That is, so inductive method is used here. So it is taught along with the graded course reader, but not as a separate subject. But here whatever the graded course provided to us, we learn grammar with that course. For example, take an example, we have a ninth standard books. In ninth standard book, whatever the grammar is there, we'll learn it in that, according to that the topic or lesson. So we do not have the separate subject as a grammar. Along the course reader, we develop the, or we taught the English grammar. That is important thing. Here useful and functional part of sentence and sentence pattern are taught. So those pattern are given more important, which have a functional or which are useful in day-to-day life. Such type, so this type is for that purpose we call it as a functional grammar also, but it is a descriptive grammar too. So here it is this all these important things about the descriptive grammar. The next type of grammar is that scholarly traditional grammar. See, this type of grammar was developed by the scholars of university. Only the scholars peoples use this type of grammar. They use bibliographical references, critical evolutions, and citation documentation from English literature for development of this grammar. So only that's why only scholars or of university use such type of grammars. The weakness of this grammar is diversity in it. There is so many diversity about this grammar. Taken one example, we have the rules of bibliographical references. There are so many types of bibliographical references. In social sciences we use APA style, but in science we have different types. There are MLS types are there also. That's why there is a diversity using of this type of grammar. So that is the weakness of that grammar. It did not influence the school grammar. So that type of grammar did not influence on the or does have any influence on the school grammar. So this is the scholarly or traditional grammar only used by the scholar peoples, or those bibliographical for the bibliographical references, critical evaluation, or citation purposes. So it is called a scholarly traditional grammar. Next, structural grammar. Structural grammar is very important thing, important one. Professor C.C. Fries, an American linguist, is the founder of this type of grammar. This type of grammar emphasizes on structure of the sentence or pattern of the sentence. That is the focus point of this grammar. The descriptive linguistics are much influenced by this grammar. So the linguistics who studied descriptive of the language, they influenced by this type of grammar, but it is incomplete in respect to the system. So but though it is incomplete, but some peoples or the descriptive linguistics are used such type of grammars. Here structural pattern or sentence pattern is the very important thing through this in this grammar, that is structural grammar. That is the focus point, or that is the emphasis point of this grammar. Okay, let's see the transformational generative grammar. This is the last one and very important one. In this type of grammar, the sentences are two types. The first one is that the basic sentence, and second one is that the transform sentence. So basic sentences cannot be derived from other sentences. For example, I am singing, this is the basic sentence. I am doing, this is another basic sentence. I am walking, this is another basic sentence. So these sentences are not derived from any other sentences. That's why it is called as a basic sentence. And the transform sentences are derived from the basic sentences. For example, am I singing? Am I singing is, this sentence is derived from I am singing, because I am singing is the basic sentence, and that basic sentence, the pattern is changed. Am I singing? Here the question mark, it means that the question is asked. So likewise, am I doing? Am I walking? So these are not the basic sentence. This sentence are derived from the basic sentence. So it is called as a transform sentence, because they are transformed from basic sentences. So these are the two types of sentences here in transformational generative grammar. So this type of grammar is in developing stage, and perhaps in future will give a systematic syntax of English language. So this is the transformational generative grammar. So whatever the presentation I present before you, I took some references from these books and this website. You can visit this website and you can read these books to take more references about this topic. So I hope you understood the types of grammar. Stop here. Thank you very much.